put some fucking pants on and go outside and do some shit.
Nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
Girl, there is nothing to do.
The Sandhills wants to know what time it is. It's time to get ready for the unlimited social scoop. Introducing Nothing to Do, the Sandhills Social Scene Podcast, straight from the Share Studios with your host, Dominique.
Hi. It's episode 24, our Kobe show of the Nuthin To Do podcast, recorded at the Share Studio. How'd I do, Brian? Producer Brian, whose eyes are bulging out the front and back and side of his head. Brought to you by Cumulus Media Group, Rock 103. Catch me on Sundays. Q98. I'll be out at Segra for Fireworks Friday. Magic 106.9 and 6:40 a.m. So make sure to go ahead and like all of those pages. So what did we do? What's a recap? Brian, what did we do? He says Thursday. Thursday, I got to go to the 50th anniversary of the Arts Council of Cumberland County, Fayetteville. And it was beautiful. So many lovely people in one spot. And there wasn't one area that you couldn't cover at the Botanical Gardens that wasn't photo ready. Like, it was just shout out to the decorators, shout out to the photographers, shout out to Bob. Glenn Adams gave an amazing speech. And even though LJ is out of town, they are at competition right now. I believe they would have the results of their Detour Slam, the World Slam, by the time this drops. But he did this poem, and I've seen LJ do a lot of things, but I feel like that was my first time hearing him do a full poem, because like myself, which you probably can't believe with how many times I say and trip over my words and misuse words on here, we're MCs, right? We're hosts. And so he got a chance to go on stage and give this amazing poem about the importance of art in our city. And it was such a, like, the poem was just home. Everything about the poem made me feel home. It was super relatable. So big up to him. I had to leave, and only a couple of my friends know the embarrassing story about me eating too much and possibly busting out of my dress. But yeah, no, it was a great time, and I'm so glad that I got a whole bunch of pictures before I had to leave. Can't wait for 51. Can you do parties like 1 year after, or does it have to be a milestone? We'll talk about that later, guys. And on Friday, got to hang out with my favorite Tragos and Ashanti Bennett. So that's a lot of Arts Council, Cool Spring, downtown vibe. We took a little girls trip, and yeah, that's where we're gonna leave that. So Saturday, what happened Saturday, Brian? A couple of birthday celebrations. That's right. Producer B Live, even though it's Producer Brian. He liked to be called Producer B Live. We got to celebrate his birthday. Marcus McFall and Johanna Brahm, who you guys have seen twice on the Nuthin To Do podcast, got to celebrate their birthdays with them. And so that was just an amazing experience. I was on air on Sunday, and then I had brunch. It was more of a dinner lunch with my mom, my aunt. So no big extravagant Sunday events to happen, but Saturday was definitely a ball, and I needed that sleep in. Thanks, Brian, Johanna, Marcus. But it is homestand. We've got back-to-back woodpeckers, and this Saturday they're doing their Hawaiian jersey giveaways, and they're dope. They're really, really dope. I will be back emceeing on Sunday. It's Family Fun Day, where you get to run the bases and play catch. Actually, I'll be out there from 5 to 7 with Q98 on Friday. So come on by, say hi. If you haven't been to Segra, what are you waiting for? And then to follow it up the next week, They'll be starting off again Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, I'll be there, and Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Sorry, I don't know my own schedule. The Queen, Tamika Bright, will be out there. And then Saturday and Sunday, I will close out this back-to-back homestand. So go ahead and get your tickets. Tuesday is 910 day. It's $9 tickets, $1 hot dogs, and zero worries. Thursday, there's drink specials. So look, there's specials for everybody. Come on out. This week's episode of the Nuthin To Do podcast. As we know, we are gearing up for the Juneteenth celebration. Some have already popped off in town, and you know what? More power to you, because it's something that needs to be celebrated, and celebrate how you want to. So this weekend, we've got the City of Fayetteville, Cool Spring Downtown District, Arts Council, all of them doing their Juneteenth on Saturday, but on the 19th, 22nd, and 23rd, our guests are going to tell you about their Juneteenth, I was going to say experiences, kind of Juneteenth moods that they have going on, events that are just going to be slightly different, but you're not going to want to miss it. So stay tuned. So your surprise guests are. I'll let them introduce themselves. It is episode 24 of the Nuthin To Do podcast. Be right back. All right, it is the Kobe episode 24 of the Nuthin To Do podcast. And like I promised, we are going to be talking to the blue-haired bombshell. You'll see your face in just a second. But I just want to say that I love the fact that there's so many people in our community that are doing events and like focusing on the arts. And that is how I fell in love with her. And then like slowly but surely, we started to realize that our families know each other. Fayetteville is very small, no matter how large it can be. And then she has brought her extrovert, as she liked to call. So we're going to jump straight into this segment and talk about the Juneteenth celebration with 2/3 of the, the celebration crew. Yeah. We have Book Black Women and the
No Longer Bound.
I don't know why I want to give you like a longer title, but what's really cool is that I want to know how you got that started. Let's talk about the titles of No Longer Bound. First, introduce yourself.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place.
I'm Cerina Johnson, and founder of No Longer Bound Entertainment, LLC. I started No Longer Bound Entertainment. I was in church, and No Longer Bound, literally I wrote it down. I have the same exact notebook that I had back in 2015. Okay. I still have it to this day, so it's nice to have. But I started that just based off of, number one, being my faith. I'm rooted very hard in my faith here at church in Fayetteville, New Beginnings Christian Church.
I was going to ask.
Yes. Pastor Ronnie Moore. That's my church family. I love them. They're always supporting everything I do. And then from there, I've always been a part of the arts. I grew up doing arts, and it just made sense to evolve and do it on my own, and be able to produce and create my own opportunities.
Okay. And Book Black Women, what made you want to get started? Who are you? What do you do, my beautiful blue blonde. The highlights, I don't know.
My name is Ayana Washington. I founded Book Black Women Incorporated, and I created it because Black women get stuck in boxes all across the board, but specifically in the arts. And I had a front row seat to that, being an artist myself. You get typecast and you just get stuck. And then I would see things happen in the community or elsewhere, and I'm like, I have a friend that can actually do that, but she never get booked to do that. So that's why it formed. And every event I created the first year was to showcase that. It was like, I'll have women playing strings or singing opera, or just stuff you wouldn't think of first, because it's usually flat foot and sing and belt, which is what you see me doing quite often. But
and so well.
Thank you.
But you can do more.
But I can do more. Which I am learning currently, and I through collaboration. This woman here, I learned that I can do so much more and create so many different types of events, and it's growing.
So how did the collaboration happen? How did you guys meet and start work together?
Well,
Well, I met her cousin first.
Okay.
Her cousin and I were in a show at CFRT, Cape Fear Regional Theater, back in 2014, and then we met through Michelle at an event. I saw shout out Michelle, that's my girl right there. And then I think when I came back, I hadn't worked at the theater in a long time, and I came back and for Color Purple, I auditioned for Color Purple and was Nettie in Color Purple, and then that's when we really started working together, and just, everything kind of grew from there.
Okay, so now I'm a fan. Saw Color Purple, dope. What others did I possibly see you in at CFRT and not know you? And now I'm so jealous.
So The Bluest Side, that was the first show I did back in 2014. I was in The Wiz. I was in Henry V. Downrange, Voices from the Home Front with Mike Wiley. And then that's when I think I wasn't in Brian Conger, Carolina Change, but I worked with, I was the community engagement liaison for that project, and so brought on, we did a Talk Back series, coordinated that and curated that, and then moderated that as well. And then left to do actor things, went to Atlanta, became SAG actor, and then came back afterwards. So, and then here comes Color Purple, so yeah.
That's cool. So theater moving basically outside to the stages, because you guys have an event coming up, multiple events.
Yes.
So let's start with 400 years. Tell me a little bit about, what can people expect when they come to that? June 19th.
7:30. People auditorium.
Yes. So this is a production that Cerina and it's our baby. It's our baby.
Google Gaga.
Like it started in her living room, and we were barefoot on the floor, crisscross. You know what? We should make, and then it was born. And so we wrote this play, created this production, hired all of our friends, put it on last year at Cape Fear Regional Theater, and it sold out. And we are reprising it with a lot of the same cast, some new faces too, but a lot of the same cast from last year, and hopefully we'll get a good turnout for this year too.
Yes, bigger venue space. CFRT is currently going through a renovation, so pivot to Seabrook, which Fable State, of course, HBCU. Bronco Pride. Pivoting to the space has been, it is scary because it's a huge space, 1132 exact seats, 1,132 seats to be exact. So it's a daunting task when thinking of it from the perspective of being at CFRT with 267 seats, I think.
And I will say we are 40 seats away from that, and we haven't even pushed it.
Really?
Yeah. So we surpassed our last year's goal. So.
Yeah. And Fable is such a last minute city.
We are.
Look at the camera. Both of them. Okay. So like last year, I think it was the week of, and it was just like, boom, boom, every day. It was just like, oh, no more seats. Okay, seats gone. And day of, Janice said, I had to turn people away, so now those folks who got turned away have an opportunity and bring their friends.
Bring your friends.
Bring all the friends. Bring all the friends.
Oh, we have discounts for students.
Yes, absolutely. $5 tickets for the students, because, hey, we've all been there, pour back into the youth, and just, especially representation is so important. That's something that, I know I lacked growing up, something that I know you lacked growing up. We've had those discussions. So seeing, someone here locally, who can create and produce and put on their own show, and it's just showing that they too can do that too. And this is all about love. It's all about education and an authentic Juneteenth experience.
And
is
art.
most important. Yeah.
And art. And I love all of that. Now, did you guys ever think when you were younger that this is where you would be?
Yes. It's just, I feel like every artist is kind of offbeat a little bit. So, you just never quite fit in. So I'm like, okay, so it's not going to be here. It's going to be somewhere. When I say here, as far as in the popular group, if it's not going to be there, it's going to be somewhere. It's going to be somewhere fabulous.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you guys have the stage, because you said the representation thing matters, especially locally, because the first time I remember seeing our skin tone on stage was at Durham Hillside High School. We went on a field trip there. It was 6th or 7th grade. And that was the first time that ever.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool that you guys are like educating and then showing people that they too can be like you.
Exactly.
So you got the 400 years, which we are going to expect just a montage of all types of art going on in
Black history.
And from the last 400 years in the chronological order. So.
Oh, and there's a pre-show before the show. It's for VIP ticket holders. You can come to the show an hour early and view local artists, painters, and they showcase their work and sell it if you want to buy it.
Yep, we'll have some food and everything too. Some little
You said food.
We'll have some orders in the building, but and then VIP ticket sales. They also get access to the parking lot. The parking lot, because there's only 80 parking spaces behind Seabrook Auditorium. You got to think for yourself when you don't get the VIP. So but we wanted to make sure we provided an experience as we did last year, but we, we're at a bigger scale. So let's, bring in other Black artists in celebration of Juneteenth and have them showcase their work. And it's not specific to Juneteenth. It's just about really celebrating Black artists, before the show, during the show, and thereafter for sure.
Who are some of the artists that you have?
We have Damian Mathis.
Love him.
Thomas Ferguson, Black Canvas.
Black Canvas. We love you too.
Forever Tiffany Marie, a girl from Hope County, does amazing, beautiful work. Also, Andrew.
Art Life.
Yes, Art Life.
Yes. He was actually one of my first interviews on the Nuthin To Do Podcast.
Nice. That's VA right there, okay? I'm from Virginia, it's kind of like home. So I'm like, VA represent. My cousin Alasia, she just graduated high school, so we're, giving, artists, of all ages and, calibers an opportunity to showcase and, hope you all come out, get a VIP ticket so you guys can come out and enjoy that. It'll be, and most important to get that parking spot.
Sometimes y'all be trying to look cute in them heels and then you look like baby giraffes when we get to the door. And when I say we, I mean me.
And you got it right.
It happens. So where can people get their tickets for 400 years?
Eventbrite.
Nice.
You can check out our link tree though.
Yeah.
We have the link tree as well.
It's on our Facebook page, or you can go to bookblackwomen.org if it's easier.
Okay.
But it is on the Facebook page, Juneteenth celebration.
Yep. Okay. The Juneteenth celebration.
So speaking of Juneteenth celebration, we're gonna have a block party and a brunch. So let's talk about what the people have and what they're going to see with that. What are they expecting, or what should they expect? Tell me all of it.
Past, present, future. Yes. So last year we started with the show. This year we've evolved to 3 events, and we decided to let's honor the past, celebrate the present, and look forward to the future. So of course 400 years is not to the past. The block party is present, and the brunch will be talking about how we go forward in the future. So with the block party.
The block party's gonna be downtown on Maxwell Street.
Okay.
The Freedom Block Party.
The Freedom Block Party.
Yes.
And it is free.
Free. Okay, free 99 Block Party.
So there's gonna be
we free. I can't get the good.
Can't wait for the shirt. It's happening.
Oh my Lord. So it's gonna be live music on the street. There's gonna be African drums and dancing, some line dancing courtesy of Stephanie.
Dancing Without Sin.
Oh, I love her too. She's on the podcast too. She's
precious. And then we have Twyla as well. She's also a dance fitness instructor here in Fayetteville, so she's going to be out there doing her thing too. So we're excited about Twyla.
And then there's going to be food trucks and vendors and there's a VIP section for this too.
Yeah,
Our sponsor, Crest Open Space, they are letting us use that space for our VIP and sponsors. So you could, if you grab that ticket, you can lounge in the air conditioner, in the air conditioning space. There are restrooms in that space. There is a private bar and lounge chairs.
Yeah,
it was a whole experience. Whole vibe. Whole VIP vibe. Got it.
A whole freedom vibe.
Freedom vibe.
You shouldn't have told me to come on here. Yo,
I love it because it's so important for us to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's like we have so many awesome things going on that we need to talk about it. And sometimes we just need our emotional support human. And you are that. There have been moments where you're my emotional support human, and then you turn around and we're like, "Oh, you were mine too." So like we got this, right? So
ESH is an ESH, like ESH, emotional support human. I love that.
us together equals 1, and you are just 12 because we need you. This show would be nothing without you, because Manic is the outfit of the day. Let's just say that. And hopefully Manic won't be the outfit of next weekend for you guys. So the Freedom Block Party will be going on until how long?
Yeah, it's 4 to 9, and it's fun for the entire family.
Okay.
There's a section for kids too, so
Nice.
kids games.
Okay.
So it ends at 9:00, and
Yeah.
Okay.
oh no, Tamika Bright is hosting it.
Love her. All right, I do love everybody. I do, I really do.
That's right. 104.5 fam. Shout out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. Woodpeckers fam.
Just fam.
All connected.
And Yoda will be our DJ.
Love him.
Go. 104.5 fam as well. You know.
Love him.
All fam. All
Yes.
fam.
And it's so funny how people always try to pin us against each other. And I'm like, bruh, we've been fam since before you came to Fayetteville. Try again.
True to this. You gotta let her know.
Try again. No. So I actually met Yodo through my high school boyfriend. We were hanging out at the kickback after prom, and that's how I met him. And ever since then, I've just been a fan. He's been about this music thing forever. So anytime I can throw his name out there, G Money's name out there, I'm throwing out there. Even Chris Lawrence, DJ Epic, throwing him out there. I wish Rewind would come out of retirement. Come on, Rewind. But like we just have to support each other, and I love that you guys are doing that, especially with circa 1865 being a part of it. So like it's dope because Kia's been on this Juneteenth thing. So you have to give credit to where credit's due. She's been on it. And so let me hear about this future thing that you guys have going on.
Yes.
I'll just start that one.
Yes. The brunch is fully Kia's idea. It's her baby.
Yeah, baby, love some brunch.
Yeah.
We love you.
You love some brunch. And let me tell you, I love to eat. So the idea of the brunch was to really celebrate the ancestors that were there at Carver's Creek State Park. There is, number one, we learned so much. There's so much history at Carver's Creek State Park. Ancestors are buried at Carver's Creek State Park. Spring Lake has such a huge history. There's actually a trail that starts in Spring Lake that goes all the way up to the market house. There's so much history. Exactly. And it's unknown. And Kia, the passion that she exudes when it comes to Juneteenth is just unmatched. And when we came to her with talking about our 2 events, she was like, well,
I have a third.
I have one. And so, we're thinking like, who can we get to be a part of this event? I don't want her to have to work. Senator Val Applewhite was just the person that, came to mind, which is she's got to be our keynote speaker. She can really speak to this from experience and then talk about how we can progress and go forward, in the future. And so our brunch is just going to be just that, a beautiful afternoon, late morning afternoon at Carver's Creek State Park. We'll have entertainment there as well. We'll have brunch is served by
Jaquan Fulmore.
Everybody. And specifically it's everybody. And I love it.
Fantastic energy too. And that's what I can say throughout this entire process and all 3 events, everyone just has that family energy. Everyone just wants to pitch in and help. And it has been amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It just came to me. Like each event that you guys have going on, you could see more and more of each other, like the one at Seabrook and the community environment with you and the brunch. But it's just so cool that you guys are able to get together even though you have like those separate entities.
Correct.
And again, it is community over competition all day, every day, guys.
That's every
day. Community over competition.
Collaboration.
Yes.
Collaboration. I hit up so many people. Next year.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. It's really important. And I think when people see other people collaborating, collaborations aren't necessarily easy, but you have to look at the entire picture and what it does for the community, and especially the Black community, and breaking those stereotypes that we can't work together, that women can't work together, all these stereotypes that are put on us, and that if we allow to penetrate will, be in our DNA, but we're trying to break through those in multiple ways, through the arts as well as through just actions.
Okay. So where can people get the tickets for the brunch, or is that sold out?
It's all on the same
link tree. Okay, perfect. Well, we'll get that flashed up for you guys. And so what are y'all doing on the 24th besides sleeping? No, just kidding. And you aren't taking any days off afterwards?
I honestly feel like I have something happening.
I was like, I'm not going to pull my phone. I'm going to leave my phone alone because then I'm the manic my thought. Don't lose the energy.
And see, I am so anxious that I don't put things on my calendar.
Ooh, I don't. That's one of my issues.
Bless.
I think I gave some time to someone.
I don't put things on my calendar because those little dots drive me insane.
Oh yes, that is true. But then it's like, okay, I know I got a dot somewhere. What is going on? What day? I don't know what day it is. Let me click all of these and try to find it out.
She's the opposite. She will plan to the minute. Like, okay, I got 15 minutes here. I got 4 minutes here. 3 minutes.
So we can't wait for your workshop on how to plan and be.
More to come.
We'll have that on Eventbrite. So is there anything else that I'm missing out for you guys' jam-packed Juneteenth celebration?
In unison. We want you guys to come and support. And I think I wanted to plug the fact again, and this is nothing to anyone else, but I think it's so important to use local talent. Because there's so much talent in Fayetteville, and a lot of times they get overlooked for, outside talent or, big name talents and things like that. And it's like, for us, we are the talent too, so just please, if anything else, come out and support your local talent, support your local artists that work so hard to create different things and avenues for people to take you out of your daily life. Everyone needs art.
Yes.
Everyone needs art. Sometimes we need a break in the monotony. Come get a break in the monotony and, through the events that we have and just being able to celebrate local talent and celebrate, more importantly, this incredible now federal holiday, and learn, because a lot of people, don't really know about Juneteenth, don't know the history about Juneteenth. Yeah. And I forgot to mention, we will be having a talk back at the show we did last year. And we'll have a talk back this year. So those who have questions, or don't understand, want to get more information, we have an amazing panel that'll, just be, spilling more knowledge and more tea. So definitely just come out and support.
I want to shout out our sponsors.
Yes. Okay. We'll start with the insurance guy. Jerome and a half.
Jerome and a half. I said Jerome to the rope in the house. Okay. Sorry, Brian. This needed to happen. That moment needed to happen.
Yes. Yes, so we have Jerome in the house. We also have Crest Space, Latanya Parks. We love Latanya. She's so amazing. Thank you, Latanya. Oh, it's a lot of people. Yes. I want to start with Jerome in the house. Capital Encore Academy, the Core Academy, Crest Open Space, Bruce's Sports Block and Lounge. Oh my gosh, it's pork chop sandwiches.
Ooh,
It's not a sandwich.
Brian, have you had Bruce's pork chop sandwich? Bro, you're missing out.
I mean, his curry wings, his meatball. Look, everything. Culture and Heritage Alliance. Shout out to Isabella. We appreciate you. Of course, Fayetteville State University Department of Student Affairs. They are also sponsors. Trash Out Biz. We already said Jerome in the house. Cape for Regional Theater is going to be supplying our wonderful costumes for the evening for 400 years. So thank you so much to CFRT, Haymont Homes. And then we also have community partners. You want to say the community partners?
Sure. Our community partners are the group Theory Incorporated, Black Artists Forward. Hey,
yeah.
love you.
The Crown Complex, One Stop Academy, We Dream in Black, and Future Endeavors Life Program.
Now, the Crown Complex, I will say a big shout out to Dorothy, because Dorothy, you're saving lives. Dorothy, I love you. We'll talk soon. So, yes, absolutely. I told her that we need to have a day that none of us have events, and we can invite the girls from the Crown, my girls, you guys now, and we can literally just go to somebody's co-op space and just get out of our offices and work, because we're not going to stop working.
True.
And that's the sad thing about it, but that speaks to our character.
Absolutely.
So we can call it a work play date.
Oh, fun.
I'll give you the beats on that. We'll plan it.
More deets to come. More deets to come. Love
All
that.
right. So give the people the website one more time that they can find all the information.
Our Facebook page.
The Juneteenth celebration on Facebook, or if it's easier, you can go to www.bookblackwomen.org. It's there as well.
Nice. Yay. So if you're looking for something to do on Juneteenth itself, I know there's not a lot of things going on. These ladies have you covered. Make sure to go ahead and get your tickets. If you're a student, go on. You ain't too proud to beg for no discount. Make sure you get in there, because representation matters. And also check out the rest of the cool things they got going on that following weekend. So until next segment, it's the Nuthin To Do podcast.
So a huge thank you to 2/3 of the Juneteenth celebration for coming to be on the episode 24 of the Nuthin To Do podcast and letting us know what there is to do. Shout out to Cerina and Ayana. May all of the positive vibes go your way in this week of planning events, because guys, we talked about it before in previous episodes. It is not easy at all. I am just pulling my hair out right now, thinking about Pet Fest 2024, brought to you by Valley Volkswagen. We've got Twiggy coming back, and so I'm gonna leave here in a bit and go to the Haymont truck stop and have a drink and just get ready for this week, because there's so many events going on. So a big up to No Longer Bound, Book Black Women, circa 1865, for making this episode very, very special. And going back to Pet Fest, we'll be at Hope Mills Rec, June 15th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Greatest Showgirls will be there doing their thing. Like, they have horsies. I love horsies. I'm terrified of animals, but I love horses. Makes sense. I know. Barefoot Creek Petting Zoo is going to be there. Basically, just come on out. Just come on out. The more I name off all the cool things we're going to have, the more anxiety I get, because I just want everything to be perfect for you guys, as well as the 3 Juneteenth events that will be happening the following weekend. We just want you guys to have a good time. So come on out, celebrate. Community over competition, community over competition, community over competition. Let's all understand the reasons for why we celebrate, because it's so important to educate yourselves. Yeah. So, Brian, you ready to drink?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. He has something to do. So, it's the Nuthin To Do podcast at the Share Studios. It's our Kobe episode. Kobe. I said share, right? Okay, cool. Perfect. Brought to you by Cumulus Media Group. That is Rock 103. Make sure to catch me on Sunday from 9 to 2. Q98. I will be at Fireworks Friday, courtesy of Beaver Curry at Law. But come see us at Sacred Stadium from 5 to 7. And Magic 106.9. Their day at Segra is the family fun day. So come run the bases with your kids, play catch. The grass is so soft when you take your shoes off. And News Talk 640, which gives you Wagon Wednesday, but about time this drops. Oh, it's a back-to-backer. So you guys can go next Wednesday, bring your pups and everything like that, because we are huge supporters of Segra baseball. Yeah, so until next week, here's something to do. Is it twin? Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Nothing to Do weekly podcast, recorded at the Share Studios in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with your host, Dominique. And make sure to tune in next week because it's only going to get better.